From the outside looking in, this week may look like just an ordinary week within Call of Duty, where we get to grind out our challenges, ranks, camos, weapon levels, whatever, and perhaps it may be the last air quote normal one on deck, given that next week starts Season 1 and what we'll have on offer for Modern Warfare 2's first season of content, but perhaps more importantly is the launch of Warzone 2 and DMZ, a Modern Warfare 2 launch 2.0, if you will, another massive installment into what we'll have on offer this year for content and beyond. Today we're breaking down what you should be looking forward to and keeping an eye out for this week, since there's actually a few bigger things happening that really haven't been advertised too well just yet. So as we go along, drop your thoughts down below. What are you looking forward to the most here out of this? If you enjoyed the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 2 and very, very soon DMZ and Warzone 2 as well. We'll keep you up to date with absolutely any and everything you need to know in regards to all of that. And we're again setting that lofty goal of 525,000 subscribers by that launch on the 16th. So if you're interested in joining the community while staying up to date with everything, I'd love to have you. For now though, let's talk about the week ahead. So like I said, at first glance, maybe it's just a regular week, but there is more starting already. Initially here today, Call of Duty started out our week by tweeting, "Welcome to Mazrah. Drop in, play for free on November 16th, with a new image that is new key art for Warzone 2, showing operators in the backdrop of Mazrah, which you may be familiar with if you've played maps like Saeed, Sarif Bay, and other locations in MP. But okay, that's just basic promo. But that's where the promo only starts. This is just the very beginning. For those newer to the channel, firstly, it's been great having you. Appreciate you stopping by and checking out the content. But second, if you're not familiar with Call of Duty loves cycles. The marketing each year is rather straightforward and very similar to prior years, cyclical in nature. Over those years, I've developed this sort of rule of two for COD marketing, and not to be confused with the rule of two and the Sith and their conquest of Rule the Galaxy, but instead, my rule of two is in reference to a window of promotion. Call of Duty normally, probably about a 90% success rate over the years, they will normally do things with no less than 2 weeks in between certain things, but also working in pairs of weeks as well, thus 2. So, for example, let's just take the launch here of Modern Warfare 2. We had this game launch on the 28th. Hardcore promotion is reserved exclusively for that upcoming launch, the week leading up to launch, and then the week following launch, with quite literally nothing else getting in the way of that. This is more so shown off in the sense of like seasonal updates, because there are other things going on. We were at the end of Vanguard's life cycle, and Modern Warfare 2 has been teased and promoted now for months on end, but for the sake of simplicity and keeping it all in-house here in regards to Modern Warfare 2, that week of Modern Warfare 2's launch, leading up until the week following, nothing else would be talked about in regards to the Call of Duty official marketing. After that week beyond, that's when things start to relax a bit more and we can maybe start to look forward to different promotion elsewhere beyond just, hey, Modern Warfare 2 out now, check it out. And coincidentally enough, that's actually where we're at right now in that marketing window. We're just about to exit that week after window and enter into the week before of the next upcoming hardcore marketing window, that being the focus on Season 1. There are very few points in the COD marketing history where a major update, seasonal or main launch is interrupted by something of lesser importance. Like, we will not see Call of Duty Twitter accounts tweeting about Vanguard during these windows. Sledgehammer, on the other hand, that's the studio that created it, but it's not the official COD branding standpoint. So, okay, why do we care? Well, like I mentioned, hardcore marketing, right? So that means that we're going to see things really pick up. And actually, literally as of recording this video, it already has started even more. We end up getting our first sort of teaser for Mazrah and the Warzone map we'll see here across not only just Warzone, but also DMZ, where Infinity Ward put out one of their sort of TikToks behind the scenes intel drops where they put up some information on how they made Mazrah. Now, there really isn't anything in terms of major stuff to pick apart here. I'll put some stuff on screen in the background, but it's basically just like fly-throughs of different areas on the map and the developers describing what they did to sort of game plan the designing of this map. But cool to see, and of course it looks like we're going to be kicking off more intel drops here over the course of the next coming days. But beyond that, the biggest thing is, well, we're actually going to see Warzone 2 and DMZ gameplay in just 2 days. Less than, actually, by the time this video goes live. This has kind of gone under the radar unless you follow a very specific few streamers in the community, because as of recording this hasn't been explicitly stated by anyone from the official branding capacity like Infinity Ward or like Call of Duty, just yet at least. But creators like Swag, Breadman, Repulse, Lupo, Myth, Lucky, Jowo, Chrissy, Natasha, and Modern Warzone have all tweeted that they'll be live from Infinity Ward to stream Warzone 2 and DMZ gameplay this Wednesday. So that's substantial. Again, so far, nothing has been announced, making it sound like this is going to be a creator-hosted event, meaning you'll have to watch those creators and not just have a single hub on the COD channels or anything like that, which that may be subject to change. Maybe there is something here, but right now it's just not announced. But gameplay of both Warzone 2 and DMZ are coming really soon here. I'm really excited to see what changes have been made to Warzone, if any, but more so, I'm incredibly excited to see what DMZ holds. This mode has been talked up for months and months and months, but we've had no official information, no gameplay, no real leaks or anything that shows us footage of this. So we have this idea of what it can and could be, but we haven't seen it actually built out to a playable degree like we'll see here in just a couple of days. We'll of course have full coverage of everything you'll need to know as it happens. Full transparency, this isn't one of those things where I'll have raw gameplay, unfortunately. That is, unless I can work something out with some of these creators if they have raw gameplay, if they'd be willing to share it, but that's more so a me problem, not really for you guys. But anyways, we'll have content on the channel describing everything you'll need to know. Final note though, right now there is no specific time mentioned for this, though it is important to note that events of this sort of caliber usually happen around 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. in the UK. Though we have had broadcasts in the past and events start at noon Pacific, so shift those times by 2 hours to 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. in the UK, but those are just educated guesses. Of course, keep an eye out for all that, as it could be subject to change. Beyond the gameplay though, I'm expecting this week and then into next, we'll have a ton of different reveals via blog posts, Twitter posts, and all that kind of stuff. Big things on the blog side of things, I would expect a sort of map guide for Mazrah detailing all the specific points of interest even further, detailed explainers for the DMZ mode and everything you can accomplish, game plan out there and what your objectives are, offering up maybe some cinematics here showcasing what is upcoming, details on the brand new progression system for that seasonal prestige, what we'll see going forward, things like the new battle pass system that's described as new, so there's going to be some sort of twist and something that needs explained with all of that. We'll have roadmaps of the upcoming content like maps and weaponry listed for Modern Warfare 2, though I'm expecting that plus also anything in particular to Modern Warfare 2 content to be sort of this time next week, next Monday, so not necessarily within this upcoming week per se, but yeah, lots on deck still that we will see and start rolling out in the next couple of days. So a big week ahead here, but beyond all of that, actually during again this recording and editing process, more information about the next not just week but year has also come out here, with Activision coming out and saying there's another premium Call of Duty game in 2023. But this prompted the idea that, okay, well, are we moving past Modern Warfare 2? This was rumored to be a 2-year game. But it was further corrected by industry insiders to be on the same track as previously rumored, with it being a Modern Warfare 2 sort of year 2, but another full game offering with a full-fledged campaign, more multiplayer maps, perhaps weaponry. That hasn't been mentioned just yet, but if they're selling it for the same price as a full game, I would kind of imagine that. So essentially another game, but following what we have now, a Modern Warfare 2, I guess we can call it. I don't know. But the other curveball was that right now it's rumored by Jason Schreier that Sledgehammer is going to be developing this version of Modern Warfare 2, the second year content. So that is something that entirely independent of how you feel of Sledgehammer's recent outings. That's something that if this does hold true, I'm just kind of happy that gives me a little clarity, because if you've been on the channel long enough here the last couple of months or so, the biggest question that I've had in regards to Vanguard is, why did we not see like any content at all? This past year with Vanguard, the post-launch content was the lowest we have ever seen within Call of Duty, and it was like, well, why? Like that shouldn't be the norm. And it was really, to a degree, kind of embarrassing for the Call of Duty franchise, given how much we'd seen by comparison the last couple of years in DLC, especially when it was free offerings. So to have nothing, to me, them working on this next game, it kind of seems like Vanguard was quite literally a filler year where they shipped and dipped to work on Modern Warfare 2. They got the game out, met their quota of, okay, we needed to release a game, but now we're just going to work on the next project at hand. And if this is the case, again, rightfully so to a degree. It sucks that one had to be neglected for the other, but it is something that a 1.5-year developmental turnaround is not a lot of time. So that just kind of adds some clarity to that question that I've had for quite some time, if it all checks out. But anyways, that's where we're at here. This next week is definitely going to be busy, definitely going to be interesting. So that is what we're going to call it. I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback down below. What are you guys looking forward to the most here out of everything that we have up on deck? Are you looking forward to Warzone 2, DMZ? The information we'll get to follow. Whatever the case, drop your thoughts below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare 2. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. Stay frosty, lot up on deck. Take care and peace.